Hey Ryan, Ben, America's Baseball Camps here, just going through your video analysis work from the camp over spring break and just touching base. So let's go ahead and get started. There is some things that I see that we can work on in regards to our swing, and let's talk about our stance to start here. The biggest thing from our stance, I would like to do a couple things. One is we need to engage your lower half more, get you more consistent, get you some more power, get you to be a little bit more aggressive, and some things that are really going to help your swing. So let's get started here. The first thing that I would do is I would first get your knees bent a little bit more. They're kind of straight, and your feet are a little bit on the outward side. So I would take those feet and turn them in a little bit, and that's going to make your knees more inside of your feet to give you some more power, more in that angle, more in there. So take your knees, just point your knees in a little bit, point your feet in a little bit, just a hair, so you get a little bit more legs underneath you when I hit, and that's very important in regards to when I'm hitting. The other big thing is your posture. If I take you from your belly button up to your head, you need to have your head taller. You can see you're kind of scrunched over, and that drops your hands, and it's going to make your swing work uphill where you want it to work downhill. So we need to be really straight on our back. So if you take this bat out of your hands and put it on your back, you want it to touch your waist and touch your helmet. And that's going to ensure that you have a straight back and tall posture when I hit. That's going to help me work downhill. You'll notice when you hit when your hands are this low, that if the ball is a strike, the strike zone is from the chest to the knees, right? So if a strike is coming in right here, obviously I'm going to do nothing but go uphill to it because my hands are so low. So we have to really do a better job of changing our posture to keep us really tall. And just by doing that, you're going to notice that your hands are going to end up more up in this area is where they need to be with the bat angle like that. And that's a big one in regards to keeping our posture to not be so hunched over towards the plate with our head. So stay tall. So knees bent, feet in, your posture to be more upright, get your hands a lot higher, and that's going to help you work on a downhill plane in order to drive the baseball. So let's go into our next spot here. It's called our land foot, and that's the next stage of our video analysis. You can notice that we don't get a lot of weight transfer. You just kind of take your hands back a little bit and you open up your front foot. Just practice the sway. Really get yourself loaded up so you can kind of load yourself up, go back a little bit, take that step. I want you to physically take a step. Even if you have to start with your feet, maybe back just a hair more, I want you to physically take a step to maybe to there. Take a full step stride to really transfer some weight back to the backside, and then take a little bit of a step, and that's going to help you get more power. The biggest thing is you'll see that first movement of my foot, that first movement's open. So right away, you're opening your front side, that opens your front hip. Now I'm going to be a lot of arms when I hit. So that's very important when you stride. At this point of our stride, instead of having your heel face back in there, let's have your heel face the dugout over there, and really keeps that front side closed so you can hit against a firm, closed front side. So those are a couple biggies that are going to help you, because otherwise you're just all arms when I hit. And that's very important to be able to do that. So when we get to contact here, just have to wait on that ball a little bit more. At this point of our swing, I do want that front foot excuse me, to be a little bit more out in front, and that foot more closed. You can see there's a slight bend in that front knee. We never want to bend in that front knee, so keep that nice and firm and nice and straight there. You are straight with our body. Just make sure that ball comes in. Let the ball travel. You can see a couple of the balls. I know these were probably short toss and head-on flip, so they're a little bit soft. But make sure that that ball gets to you. Let that ball travel and hit that ball the other way. At this point of our swing, again, hands are way too low, so we got to really make sure that our hands start up in this area so I can really work downhill. Because right now, again, when our hands drop, we lose all of our power and we're just muscling our way through the ball. So that's a big one, to really work downhill, get those hips to really explode and the weight on that baseball. Because we should be making contact right here. You can see that the ball's not there yet, and you want to make sure that you make contact back there. So At the end of your swing, I would really get in the habit of being two hands to not let go and finishing two hands and really getting those hips through and being a lot more aggressive on our swing. Seem like you let go every time. I would recommend to be two hands always on. You can see when those hands drop and those hands go away and they drop, that's just going to turn into all arms, so I'm going to lose a lot of power when I swing. Get that one off the end a little bit. So again, make that ball travel. Let it get back all the way to the spot. You can see that front foot or that front leg is bent. That's going to take away power as well. So there's those 3 or 4 things that are going to really affect your power as a hitter. And just make sure you're cautious. Just watch this video over and over again of the things that you need to work on at contact. This needs to be firm. At certain parts of your swing, those hands need to be higher. We need to work downhill. Make sure when we stride, that stride foot gets closed. And do it off of a tee or do it off of soft toss or things you can do to really work on it. Make sure you hold the bat with 2 hands at the end. That's going to affect your power as well. You can see with those feet being wide and the legs being too straight that it's going to take away power. So there's 3 or 4 things that really take away a lot of power of your swing that we can get you to be a lot more powerful more consistently when you hit. So those are the 5 or 6 things that I would work on. And it is going to take some work in regards to that, and you can do anything and just work at it, work at it, work at it. So those are the tools and things that I would recommend that you work on. Thanks for coming to camp, and I hope to see you back next year.